New update, new patch. And honestly, I'm only playing this game because I see patches and I go, "Oh my god, that's crazy!" And then I go play them. That's it. The new updates don't bring any content, and I mean, I guess this update was okay. I guess, but well, we're here in the fruit tier list from my last video. I'm gonna go one by one. I'm gonna first waste your time by saying what changed from the other fruits before I rank the main event, which is the new fruit. So let me waste your time first. So I have the patch notes open here on my phone, so I can do both at the same time. Bomu Dash HP scaling removed. That does nothing to the fruit. Bomu Leap now has a longer cooldown. Does nothing to the fruit. Bomu Mines damage scaling increased by 30%. Now that is really good. And that cements the fact that Bomu is still the best rare, so no changes there. Gomu Gear 2 startup now has iframes. I mean, it's not gonna be better than Bomb, so I'm not gonna read it. But Jet Stomp nowadays says Gear 2 mode duration increased by 20%, which is huge. Gear 2 startup now has iframes. Gomu Rocket cooldown increase. Oh, that's bad. Now Gura. Gura Shock Punch is now perfect blockable. Okay, that doesn't really change anything. Just gonna help those auto parry users actually be able to fight back now. Shock Punch goes 20% further and faster. That's really good, but it's not game breaking. We got Hiei, which has its Frostblade hitbox reduced the visual effects, which is good, really good because I hate it. Frostblade startup decrease, that's also good. I can actually react to it now, but Hiei is still probably the best of the mid legendaries. Kilo Slam no longer counts as an ult. Kilo buff? um, Mara Firefly stun removed. That doesn't change anything about the fruit. Mochi? Burning Mochi can no longer be. Power Mochi is now. Chestnut projectile speed. Okay. By the way, I tried it and it's not really. Nothing game breaking. Burning Mochi Punch startup reduce huge by 20%. Mochi drop stun increased slightly, but startup increased by 20%. That was not really a good change. It was more a nerf than a buff. And, well, to be fair, it didn't change anything. And the stun increase did nothing whatsoever to make it any more better. But the startup means that it's no longer a true combo after M1s, at least from what I've tested, which I haven't tested much. Uh, but still, not a massive change to Mochi. Ope, room scaling increased by 40%, huge. Shambles cooldown reduced to 8 seconds, huge. Switching modes don't get huge. Trails reduce on Ope. I don't know what trails reduce mean. Pika, Light Geek stun increased by 1 second. Who in the right mind would increase light kick stun? Well, whatever. It's not like you're supposed to combo with Pika light kick anyways. It's a really good change, I guess. Spring, dash HP scaling removed. I guess that's a buff. Hmm. Suna, sand flight stamina now costs the same as flame flight. I'm not sure if that's a nerf or a buff, but nothing changes. Now Venom. Venom Demon last hit on the M1s are now fully blockable. Venom Demon damage reduction is now 45%, which is a buff, by the way. It's actually so good for Impel Down now. It's the best fruit for Impel Down, hands down. Venom Rush no longer block breaks, okay? Triple Venom Hydra charges faster by 30%. Overall, I'd say that's a bunch of buffs. The Venom Demon is still super powerful, so it doesn't really matter. And the Venom Hydra's on mode still guard break, so it's just gonna be an insta kill no matter what. The damage reduction buff is definitely not needed for PvP, but a welcome change for PvE. Venom Rush no longer guard breaks. I mean, it's a move that's really not that good, but it's not worse, I guess. And then like no damage, like 60 damage with that 1,000 points on it, so it's not really that good. Yami. Now this is where the good changes come in. Grab status removed from Yami skills. Now what does that mean? That means that you can evasive out of them And I think you can do other stuff because it's not a grab, so it's not a command grab. I think you can maybe you can use some other stuff to get out of it, which is crazy. Which means our first nerf, I mean our first change in tier list of today, which I'll be lowering Yami below Suna, I mean. Yuki, Frostbite hitbox reduced on the side slightly. I don't know why. Frostbite no longer block breaks. Yep. And now, no changes for Paw. Paw stays there, but I'm gonna increase Sushi. Yep, I'm gonna increase Sushi to top of this of B tier. And honestly, no, it's Sushi has a lot of AOE, and I don't know why I had it at the bottom of B. Because it's definitely better than Paw. It's definitely better than Yami, unless you dump a bunch of points into Yami. Now here, the only thing it has going is Stomp. Suna has the Espada and the Storm thing, which could be good, and the Flight. Honestly, this is better than Hiei. Because of that, for PvE, it's crazy. Hiei for PvE is also really good. Hiei is probably the best fruit for ship farming because Ice Stump with 1,001 points into it one shots every ship and one shots the commanders on the ship and everything. Yeah, Sushi goes up because that's a flight. It has meteors. The ult is, I guess it's okay. It's not really that good, but it's okay. It has gravity dominance. It has the suck, but I'm pretty sure you're not gonna be able to use that in PVE. It's only a PvP thing. It has the push, which is good for PvE. It's just a push. And what else? And yeah, is it just like overall good fruit? It's not really good damage like EA. But it has flight, so that's good. But I don't know. I'm tempted on putting Suna above Sushi simply because of how good Sushi Storm is. It does like 25 damage per tick, and it does a lot. It to up to like 560 something damage, which is a lot. You can easily one shot a bunch of NPCs in the game right now. And everything is now better because bosses have less health. Sort of. Yeah, but I definitely, honestly. Oh, but he has the water walk. Yeah, I'll put it like that. Because he has the AoE ultimate, it has ice peaks. Yeah, everything about he is really good for PvE. But Sushi only has Meteor, the ultimate, and the flight, and the push. Good for PvE. The other stuff is mostly PvE. Oh, and gravity dominance. I forgot about that. But it has a lot of startups, so I don't know if you're gonna be able to actually let that go on PvE. Well, next we have. All right, that's actually it for. Oh wait, I forgot about Buddha. Buddha's Spine Breaker stun increased, which is huge. Palm Strike can now block break. That's huge. Buddha base form was really mid, but I think with this change, she'll make it super good, exceedingly good. But it won't change its ranking, I'd say. Anything about Goro though? All right, well, that's about it. So overall, huge buff for Kilo, but nobody really cares about that. Uh, nerf to Hiei, but it doesn't affect PVE honestly. It's mostly PvP. Mara finally got touched, and it was only to remove the stun and fireflies, which shouldn't have been there in the first place. But so the fruit is still S tier in my opinion for PVE. Mochi got touched a little bit, nothing major though. If I'm being honest, still better than Mara because of Mochi Chestnut being better now. Barrage, you can just click from any distance and the barrage will spawn on the NPCs. That's just better in every way. Drops is the same thing. You just sit somewhere safe. You do it from far away and you kill any NPC you want. I forgot about that. They changed the ult. It's not in the patch notes, but they changed the duration of the ult. If you remember last update, they nerfed the duration of the ult. You would do a spin, another spin, another spin, and then it would just let go automatically. But they reverted that change with this update. Now the ultimate lasts the entire duration again, so you can do support again now. You could, let's say your friends are doing a boss and they need to heal. You can do your ult and let them heal while you're spinning the boss around. That's huge. That's honestly the best buff you could give Mochi. Just revert the change. That was the best thing they could have done. Ope got a massive buff, and Yuki keeps getting nerfed. I mean, Yuki's one of the best PvP fruits in the game, in my opinion. Any ranking changes? Well, you need gear 2 for Gomu to be better than Yomi for PvE. Yeah, Gomu is not that good for PvE. It's mostly PvP. Wait. Alright. Yomi, on the other hand, has the barrage. It has the freeze. That's not gonna be that useful in PvE though. It has the soul unbound thing where you can take away your soul and go from far away and freeze enemies. Though I don't know how much damage that does, so I don't know if that's even useful. The revive is always welcome. It has the mobility. The AoE ultimate, which is really good. I've been hit by it by Brook. Yeah, it's definitely better. Now, I'm tempted to say that Spring Fruit is better than Kage because of the change, but I don't think so actually, because Kage has the AoE barrage move, and it has the clone spawn, which automatically makes it better than. Yeah, never mind. It's just okay. Now, I'd say for PvE, now Ito is still good. I mean, it's mostly PvP food. It has the little shot. It has the guard break, parasite. Yeah, it's mostly PvE. Honestly, Barry could be way better than Ito for PvE in my opinion, and horror definitely. Now Mero, they're kind of both. You know what? Yeah, Ito has no AOE. Only like Fire String makes it good, and the ultimate, I guess. But Mero, after the rework, it just has more AOE. I guess you get mobility, and you're really good at PvP. You're not good at PvP if you use this fruit. You're just getting carried by the fruit. Anyways, that should be it for the C. Now A tier. Any changes in the A tier? Magu is actually, I tried Magu and it's still really good, but I don't think I I hmm yeah, I'm gonna give it to Magu, the top of A, because it's just yeah. Also, I don't know what I was smoking back then, but Dory is not that good for PvE. At least not better than Mago and Pika. Is it better than? Also, another thing I think is not a thing that should be is that Goro my higher than Gura? I don't know. I don't know about that. I'd say Gura is definitely better than Goro with the new for PvE. Definitely with the waves. Maybe what? No, never mind. No, hell no. Gura is still better than Goro. No, I mean better than Goro. Yuki though. Yuki has a lot of multi-hit moves. Honestly, yeah. Yuki has the storm projectile that does a lot of damage, like 200 maybe. Low skill gap. I mean low fruit point gap. You can put 545 on it, and you're doing max damage for everything. The ultimate is a massive AoE that hits a bunch of times. That's always goaded for PvE. It has the grab move that combos into the storm move that you can hold, and it's goaded, honestly. And the turret, how is that not bad? I mean, how is that not good for PvE? Yeah. Now, Ope, despite all the buffs, it's still not really a PvE fruit. You got the injection shot, which is mostly PvP. You got the purple barrage thing. I'm sorry, I don't know all the moves from Ope. Purple barrage thing, it's okay, but pretty. You're gonna get punished by the NPCs a lot because it doesn't go up. It doesn't have mobility. It's just a barrage in place, static. So you gotta aggro them first, and then you do the barrage. So I mean that could be good. Then there's the rocks. Actually, the rocks are really good. Then there's the little spike thing you can do from the ground, which is okay, I guess. Teleport things around, okay. Um, I guess you could probably put NPCs into a cheese spot with the teleport if they don't despawn. That is. What else? Oh yeah, the ultimate is really good. It's not really. I mean, it's good on paper because you can do percent damage to bosses, but it doesn't really do that much damage. It does like 600 damage, maybe 700 damage, but it's not really the amount of damage Pika or Mago would do with their ults. I'd say it's still probably bottom A. I'd probably put it at B tier too. Top of B tier simply because it's a mythical and because the rocks do a lot of damage and it does it does high percent damage to bosses, so that could be good. Everything else though is it's okay. Suna might probably dethrone it, but I don't really want to put Oppo any lower because I don't use the fruit, but I never actually use the fruit at all. But I don't think it's that bad, so I'm putting it on B. One of my friends uses Oppo every time, and I think I'd rather eat Oppo than Suna, even though maybe Suna is technically better. I'm gonna leave. Let's just say that Oppo and Suna are interchangeable, but I'm gonna put Oppo at the top because of mythical status. All right, that's pretty much all the changes I was gonna do. Tori is knocked down from S tier because I don't know why it was on. Despite having the new AOE M1s, it's still not gonna beat Peak at Mau or Mera. Yeah, that's it's fine. All right, we can rank put the Pteranodon now. Pteranodon is, by no one's surprise, S tier. At first, I wanted this fruit to suck because I didn't just want another PVE god. And yep, I'd say this is better than Mara for PVE. This fruit is surprisingly good for PVE. I thought it was gonna be another PvP only fruit. It's crazy. It has a when you're flying, at least in your full form, it has a like 3,000 damage move. It's a barrage that keeps going and lasts so long. It might last as long as Cyborg Rocket Barrage, which is crazy. And you can increase the damage by going into flame form while you're doing it. On top of also having Meteorites of Estelle. I mean what's the name of that move? It's the E move. No, not the E move. No, yeah, it is the E move. It's like the shriek into the bunch of meteors when you're in full form. That does 550 damage at 716 points, which is also the stat cap for the Devil Fruit, which is good. Having a stat cap is really good because that means you don't have to put 1,000 points into it to make it good. Unlike Mochi, which you have to put at least 800 to make it good for PvE, but Anyways, it has a lot of moves, but in paper, right? So you'd think, oh, this thing is goaded. But in reality, you only have access to 3 moves per form. So if you're in base form, you only have access to 3 moves, which is the shriek, the uh, the dash, guard break thing, and that's it. And the ult on base form, which is really good for farming the rage bar. But the other 2 moves is flight and carry people. Why is carrying people? I don't know. Well, it's fine. And then when you go full form, you have 3 moves again. You have the ult. You have meteorites of a I mean, the shriek with the meteorites, and you have full form, and you have the and I think it was Imperial Storm. I don't remember, but that's a huge barrage that does a lot of damage. The main move you're gonna be using. The flight is absolutely goaded. It's not fast, so you're not gonna be able to replace your boat with it, but it's good. One downside of the fruit is that you get wings, which is dumb because in theory your wings should be your arms. So you shouldn't have those wings in base form because they're your arms. But I don't know. For you, you know how for you is. You know, he for you this refuses to touch Mara for PvP. But anyways, that's about it. That's the only changes. The only changes I'd make to this tier list. Well, I'm not really sure for the fruits in D tier. Heal fruit. I don't know if it's I guess you can heal yourself, but is that really something you want in PvE when your scaling for health regen is better than PvP? I don't know. You can't do damage with. So, I mean, you can heal your friends, but you're gonna mostly play alone, I think. So, I think heal fruit is not that good. Kilo got buffed. Spin is probably. Honestly, spin does a spin move and that's it, right? And you kind of need to do an M1 combo with it to actually. But how much damage does it do? That's another question. I remember it doing a lot of damage, which is why it was broken in PvP. But Kilo, though, I mean, they're pretty much interchangeable at this point. Now, Suke, I have it on the top because invisibility, you can hit enemies while invisible, and I think that's pretty cool. Though I don't know if that makes them respawn to their default location and they let them heal, at least for bosses. Because bosses tend to do that. If they go too far, they get respawned into the default position and they start healing. Suke being able to hit them is really good, I guess. But other than that, you're gonna run out and then you're gonna die. So you might want to have actually just don't put any points into Delpher. Just have it just for the sake of it, and then put max into weapon. Then you can probably farm bosses. You would probably need a good weapon though, like World Ender, Cracking Great Sword, something with high one scaling to get use out of the invisible. Ace maybe. Yoru, definitely Yoru. Yoru's the best weapon in the game, and that's about it. Well, yep, that's the end of it. That's how my tier list changed. Anyways, Venom is still the king. If you get Venom, you are set for life. You can retire from GPO. You don't need to do anything else. You're set for life. That's it for today. Hope you enjoyed this tier list. I was gonna do a lot of more videos, but they got corrupted, and OBS decided to also remove my audio settings. So, like I lost 4 hours of footage of the new update, and yeah. Well, see ya. Hopefully this tier list. Oh yeah, the new mobile release. So hopefully this tier list helps you out, which is your fruit, and hopefully you can get one soon. What I recommend you to do is get to the second sea as fast as possible, because that's when you'll be able to farm for fruits for real. See ya.